This is Planetshroud by Conrad Altmann. Aleph grasped for his father's hand as he struggled to keep up. Wisps of clouds and the thick canopy of spore trees blocked most of the little starlight. Roots and brambles took advantage of the darkness to grasp at his toes as he stumbled up the narrow hill trail.
"Why don't we have a light, Tati?"
he asked. Shh, focused on your feet instead of your mouth. This is a special moment, not to be spoiled with artificial light and unnecessary questions, was his response. Aleph struggled to keep his attention on the ground and follow his father. He still had many questions, but his father's commands were rarely debated. After hours of his father striding confidently through the darkness, and Aleph's clumsy stumbling to keep up, they broke cover and came out on the small clearing crowning the hill. The clouds were parting, revealing a panoply of stars and streaks of the galactic arms spanning the wide sky. His father took a device from the folds of his tunic and held it to his eye, making adjustments. "Soon. Good. Let's sit here for a while," he said. They settled on the damp moss and lay back, the coolness soothing the boy's sweating skin. "Aleph, you've seen the aurora before." It wasn't a question as much of a statement of fact, so the boy kept his mouth shut. "It's beautiful, yes. People say that it is the breath of God or the reflection of heaven. Those are lovely things to think about when it appears every year, but—" He tested Aleph to see if the boy was paying attention. Aleph stirred, turning his head away from the stars and toward his father. "My father took me to this spot when I was your age, to show me the aurora and to tell me the story of its beginning. You see, even though people say it is one thing or another, that doesn't make it true, does it?" Aleph knew this was a trick question, and he shook his head. "Many generations ago, so many that no one, save for our family, still keeps the memories, there was a great war. You won't find any record of it in school, though. It was struck from the teachings before even your teachers were students there. The conflict caused such a scar on our civilization that when it was over, people largely agreed to never speak of it again. But someone needed to remember. My ancestor was chosen to be that person. It is one thing to ignore the past, but quite another to forget it completely." He could tell that Aleph's attention was waning. It was late, and the boy was tired from the strenuous climb. "Near the end of the war, there was a battle high above us. It was so high that it was fought in space." This caused Aleph to sit up straight.
"Space? People can't go to space."
"Oh, they used to, and many still do, I suppose. Our people came from somewhere very far away before they were here. But that is a story for another day. This battle now, it was fought by two opposing groups of people, each in vast ships that could carry them very great distances. The weapons they used in that war were devastating and murderous, but none so much as the one unleashed in that battle. You see, the war had lasted so long that there could be no winner, and the leaders of each side decided that the war needed to end. But neither side could agree to the other's demands, so they continued fighting. One of our ancestors was a leader in that battle, and he decided the war needed to end on any terms. Leading up to that fateful battle, he convinced others of his views and prepared them for their task. He intended to unleash an untested weapon upon the other side. Unfortunately, the magnitude of that weapon was sorely miscalculated, and when it was fired, it spread across not only the opposing forces, but his own as well. A corruptive wave of radiation dismantled every person and ship in the battle, creating a massive cloud of intensely toxic dust. That cloud sits in the same location of space that the battle occurred, and when our planet passes through it every year, the particles set our atmosphere alight with the colors that you're about to see." At that moment, as if conjured by his father, the sky brightened dramatically, and waves of magenta, green, and blue enveloped the heavens from horizon to horizon in a solid sheen of rainbow. His father's story still rang in his ears as Aleph gazed up at the brilliant colors, knowing now that it was made of the ancestors of everyone in this world. The ones who had fought until there was no fight to win, and who had died in vain without knowing why.
"Why are you telling me this story? I used to love the colors, and now all I see is death."
Aleph tried to tear his face from the aurora. "Don't look away, Aleph. We must observe and remember. You will never enjoy the colors as you had, nor did I when I first learned these things from my father. I told you because it is our penance. Our ancestor was the instigator of the destruction, and he is the one who caused all of those people to perish above us. Even if he may have saved many more from death in the following generations, this penance is ours alone, and it is sacred. Never tell another the story save for your own son or daughter when you have one. Only then will this task of remembering be completed. Do not sleep here. When you're ready, find your way home. I'll be there waiting. Aleph laid back into the moss again, forcing his eyes and mind on the dust of his ancestors illuminating the sky. Something had changed in him that night. His father's trust in him to carry this weighty secret filled his mind with purpose and admiration. Aleph's eyes scanned the celestial waves of light until they dimmed, trailing off to the west. He stood on the crest of the hill for a moment longer as his eyes adjusted to the darkness, and then made his way back home, more sure-footed than before.